Hi, this is Struden, and today, man, I am hungry. I have been needing food for a while now. Let's go ahead and get cooking. So, you'll see that we have a fully kitted kitchen right here behind us. Originally, I used Pam's Harvest Craft shelving and stuff up here. I kind of removed that. I switched to Croptopia, so I'm just using Farmer's Delight cabinets up here, and then I have Farmer's Delight drawers down here. So I have some foodstuffs in these top cabinets, and it's sort of sorted in a way that I can try to remember. So we have like grains here, gourd type things here, sugars, I guess, here. This one is tea. This one, I'm not going to be able to remember these, but this one I guess is empty. Anyway, we have netherwort, and then this one is seagrass. That's like not really supposed to be food, but I think you can use it to make sushi. Yeah, you can make sushi out of that. And then this one is like all the rotten stuff and other stuff that is bad for you. So yeah, and then I have a cooler down here. It's got all of the fresh like stuff that needs to be cooled, frozen, whatever. Let me let you in on a little secret here. This is just a white colored chest. It's from Sophisticated Storage. You can see here that it's got the Sophisticated Storage controls on it. So yeah, this is literally just a chest, but I wanted something that looked like a cooler, so I really like how that came out. We also have a mixer over here for making things that might require automated mixing or in bulk, so that I can do something else while this is working. It does have the speed requirement too. And then I also have a Farmer's Delight stove here and a Create smoking thing here, so I can just go ahead and toss stuff in here like it's an oven. It's an oven. Today, we're gonna try and make me some food. So, the first recipe that we're gonna cook together is matcha. Matcha, at least in this mod pack, and probably in just about anyone else's that has Delightful, is made using tea leaves and a spoon, and you crush it and you get mostly green dye. You have a 40% chance of getting some matcha. I have a little bit of matcha. I've prepared some. I also have these tea leaves, so we're going to go ahead and just prepare some more on this cutting board. If we break a spoon, I have a whole cabinet just full of, a whole drawer full of wooden spoons. So, oops, wrong hand. We're hoping to get about a stack of this stuff. Oops, for a spoon. Ideally, we get a stack of matcha. I have a few different recipes I'm trying to make today. We're just gonna cook along, see how it goes. We got 53. I also, I threw some tea leaves in here to grow. Before, we were using these tea leaves. They come from Delightful. They've been disabled, I assume, by Croptopia, or it could be the Farmer's Respite mod that disables them. These are kind of like illegal items. They're not going to be around anymore, and instead you'll have to find like actually I think they come from tea shrubs somewhere in the world. Same thing with these. I haven't seen any recipes to make these besides crafting this into a seed, which is how I got these. Oops. While the remaining tea leaves grow, we can go ahead and get started on the next steps. So I think what we want to shoot for first is the easiest thing in these recipes. This one's going to require milk, this one's going to require milk, this one's going to require kelp, And I don't know if I have any kelp. Let's check our drawers. I think we're going to shoot for about 16 of each recipe. While we're out here, might as well grab some more sugar. We'll probably need it. Right now I have these 2 botany pots. I've been swapping this one out with whatever resource I need. So you can see here, I've just been swapping out like cactus and grass and wheat, flowers, you know, whatever it is I need. Also, I'm going to add recipes for all the serene shrubbery flowers. Anything I need, I kind of just toss in that. Of these 3 recipes, I think that this one is probably the easiest to make, followed by these 2 are kind of about the same. This one requires more kelp, but I think this one's gonna be easiest. I have a lot of honey actually. Each one of these is 4 bottles, so this will make 16 right there. I have bottles in this drawer. We're full. It's a fully stocked kitchen, guys. Let me tell you. Bam! Check that out. 16 whole bottles of honey. Our first food item is going to be matcha latte. It's going to give minor instant health and caffeinated too, which I guess is plus 20% speed and 40% attack speed. So ideally, we'd start working towards these kinds of foods that give nourishment. That would be things like full plates of food, and ideally, we'd go for like the most time on it as well. However, I don't think that we have many of these items to make these foods, so we're just going to go with something that will be fun, I guess, because I think that these matcha things are kind of fun to make, at least initially. Here's the interesting thing that we can do with mod pack development. One of these recipes, actually a few of these recipes use milk, right? You can use any kind of milk. It seems like you can use milk bottles, you can use nut milk bottles, soy milk, milk buckets, milk bottles, like milk cups, coconut milk. It doesn't really matter. If we use a milk bottle, this one, you see you get 16 out of 1 bucket of milk with some glass. Why do you need glass? Is this going to return me a bottle? Because if so, I get more bottles out of using this. I don't think that's fair, I don't think that's right, and I honestly would highly doubt that you actually end up getting milk bottles back from this. So, here we're gonna see if the recipe change I made sticks. Anyway, the reason that I'm making this change is that in Pam's Harvest Craft, which has already been used in this world, they added fresh water and fresh milk, which were like if you just take a bucket of water and a bucket of milk and put it into a crafting table, you would get 16 of whatever the other thing was, you know, by itself. And I feel like adding glass to that recipe is so useless. Like, I understand where did the glass come from, but like, do I get the glass bottle back? Because if so, that's still cheating, because 3 glass equals 3 glass bottles. Each glass should equal 1 bottle of milk or 1 bottle of water, unless you don't get it back, in which case, where's the glass going? Guys, where's the glass going? If you really, really, really wanted to get free glass bottles by turning a bucket of water into 16 bottles of water and then drinking the water out of it, I'm fine with that. This one right here, boom, look at that. Milk bucket turns into 16 milk bottles. So let's go grab ourselves. I think we need 2 buckets of milk, if I have to remember, because we need a milk for this and a milk for that. Yeah. So let's grab ourselves a couple of milk buckets, turn both of these into milk bottles. Ta-da! Let's go do that again, just because we can keep like a half a stack of fresh milk in the cooler. And the other half we're going to be using, so we'll keep it out. We'll even stick this on a shelf just so that we know we have it. Okay. Next. What else did we need? We need another 4 honey blocks. Easy. This one? No, this one. Yeah. Boom. Sugar. We need this much sugar. This much sugar. That's another half a stack of sugar. Might as well grab a whole stack. And we are low on sugar cane. Now, I assume that we can grind this, right? Grinding it into 2 and an extra chance of sugar. Yeah. Let's just go up and do that. We have enough to make 16 matcha lattes and 16 more, so let's go ahead and do that. And, oop, let's do this as well. Ta-da! That is 32 matcha lattes. Do they stack to 16? They do, they do. Okay. Stick those back. And then we still need... we need to turn half of these into Iced Berry Matcha Lattes, which is going to be some ice. Take about 16 ice. And we'll take about 32 berries. Nope, sorry, 16 berries. This one. So that's the berries, that's the matcha latte, and we still need bottles. There we go. So it's bottles, berries, matcha latte, and ice. Ta-da! Don't know why we transferred it into a different glass bottle, but that's okay. That's 2 of our 5 recipes that we're doing today. So we have matcha lattes, which we'll place here. We have Iced Berry Matcha Lattes, which we'll place here. And then we still have 3 more. Let's go check our tea, see if we've grown any more. We have. Broke another wooden spoon. Let's keep going. Oops. Oops. Let's make the matcha gummies next. It's going to require 16 honey bottles, which we already grabbed right there. And we can do that. Toss the rest of this in, toss the rest of this in. We're going to use this and this. And that should get us 16. I can't really craft more than that because of the honey bottle, so I don't really care that there's extras in these other ones. But I will go one by one just in case. 1, 0. Yeah, see, it would have not let me anyway. So we have 16 matcha gummies. Woohoo. Hopefully these stack. These do not stack. Oh man. That's okay. We are going to be making... I'm really surprised these don't stack. We're going to be making these into milkshakes. So we need these. And milk can go here, and we'll start swapping out the bowl. Okay. So that is 33, actually, milkshakes. And the reason I made so many milkshakes is because I didn't realize that the ice creams did not stack. In fact, I might be turning a lot of these other matcha ice creams into milkshakes. But you can see we have 8 matcha left over. Let's go ahead and put these away. So that kind of completes the cooking segment. Yeah, so I've had this idea for a few episodes now to make like a little cooking segment. And another thing that really inspired me was when I was building the workshop, I made this little kind of semicircular tower thing out over here on this edge. And I wanted to put something in the little basement section of it, and I dipped it down a little bit, and I'll go in and kind of talk more about it. You see how it goes down here a little bit? When I first built the workshop, I really wanted to put like a little kitchen in here, because it reminded me a lot of the kitchen in old school RuneScape's Lumbridge Castle. They have like this checkerboard, like black and white sort of floor, and then like an oven, stovetop, you know. They had like an interesting, cool looking like kitchen, and I think you do like one quest in there, and it's something about baking a cake or bread or something for the chef. But yeah, I really wanted to make this space to like make my food. I'm really happy with how this space turned out. As you can see, it's functional too. You can use it to make these foods. I might even add like a hopper botany pot for tea in this area so that we kind of have tea on stock. Have a little tea cabinet somewhere. I think that this is between the floors. I might even be able to add, yeah, I think I have enough space up here to add like a hopper botany pot even on this one, so that I can get like a fully stocked tea cabinet right here. So yeah, we'll go ahead and make a hopper botany pot for that. Oh, that's right. This thing has actually reached its limit. So I added a motor. It was over there originally, but that was making the wrong stuff work when it didn't need to. So now instead I have an overstress clutch here, and we're just throttling up the water wheels. And then when the world reloads, it tends to overstress the system for a moment. So this thing will just shut off. And then if I ever like actually need terracotta, I can come over here and press the button and restart it again. But the machine is full. Like we filled up on this, we filled up on this, and we filled up on sand. So we're just going to grab out of here like... We'll make 3 hopper botany pots because I have been needing them. This thing is still working. It's chugging along. It's not doing too hot in terms of the front production because it's just producing andesite, but I'm going to show you a little thing that I changed with it. I noticed that a lot of stuff was building up against the funnel here, and I used to have a pipe that came over into this one. Now instead, I just have a chest here with a magnet and a hopper upgrade, and iron nuggets are like the last thing on the list. So if there's anything else in here, it'll try to force it down into the thing below it. And I'm letting out of here in stacks of 9 the iron. I'm hoping that that means that there's always going to be some iron nuggets in here that can be used to make andesite alloys. And you can see we're still stacking up on plenty of items. We have plenty, so I'm not too worried about andesite just yet. I'm hoping that this kind of finishes soon. It's been going for a while, but I guess it's just a really slow process. And the brass cube also working phenomenally. Let's go check this out real quick. We've actually started to bulk up on the electron tubes. We are making these finally. Let's go. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've literally been just sitting here all morning watching Seinfeld on my right monitor and babysitting this thing. I have an issue where the redstone is struggling to filter out. I don't think it's going to be as much of a problem as long as this has iron in it, but initially setting this up, I had to, hold on to some redstone for the system. So, but now you can see that we are spitting them out, they sand down, and then they get squirted on. Another thing, I realized I could be getting gas tiers out of this if I just took the filter off of this. So now we are getting gas tiers here, we're getting a little extra XP nuggets, and we're still getting quartz. So we've only gotten 1 gas tier so far, but I figured that as this machine continues to run, we'll just get more. Oh, we're getting them. They are building up. Now we actually do have like 5 extra stacks of this. The polished rose quartz, just because the way that this is working is it's being put in this first and then going into the system. So this thing had to back up for this thing to start working. It means we'll have some polished rose quartz backed up, which is important because it is actually used in other recipes. Polished rose quartz. This right here, you can use this in lots of other recipes, so we do need some built up. So this thing filled up. I actually extended the size of it to 192, and then I also dropped this to 64, this to 64. Do I have a... Oh no. I'm gonna need to upgrade that barrel, I think, to be able to hold more gas tiers, or I can upgrade it to the point that it can void them. So I might make a void upgrade for that. Let me add that to my list. That, I guess, has been holding up the system, and I haven't been over here to check recently. And now we're just waiting for, I guess, redstone to build up. Yeah, really nice. And I even took some of those out, so you can see I have 125 on me. Anywho, we were grabbing terracotta to make hopper botany pots. You can see as well from out here, I've added on finally the last section of the house, and I'm going to add, I think, a balcony off of one of these floors. I haven't decided which one yet. It's either going to be outside of this, we're going to just go through this wall, or it's going to be upstairs, probably through this, where this window is right here. I haven't decided which floor it's going to be on yet, but coming up here, this is where the bedroom's going to be. We haven't decorated it yet, and I still have access out to the roof because I was trying to age some copper out here. It looks like it's all pretty much aged now. The roof is done. The roof is done. Now, go up here real quick. I just wanted to show you the second floor. or the non-basement floor, second floor. I moved all of this stuff that was here down into the basement, along with a new funnel system, or a new sifting system. Everything else is pretty much the same up here. And then, yeah, we still have to decorate this. And all this copper up here is aging just at the rate that it's aging at. So I'm not going to try and force it. It'll show that there's time passage in the world. You can see that we have the piglin system that was up here. It has been moved down here with a limited oak barrel leading into it. And then, you know, we have a hopper on this one as well. We also have stack upgrades, compression upgrades, you know, everything that you might possibly need. This sifting system, there is a cobblestone generator, just a tier 1 back there. It's pushing up into this hopper, getting pushed over to the millstone, and then dropping here into the sifter. This is milling gravel, dropping it into the sifter, and then that drops into here afterwards. You might notice these are ores. These are not crushed ores, these are straight up ores. This is something that I changed in my mod pack. I wanted the ores that should be spawning in the world for things like decoration. I am a big fan of the idea that, like, I can use these if I'm decorating like a mine build. I might need this for like its color palette, you know, things like that. I'm a big fan of that. You can also see that if we do the other sifting recipes, I've made it so that the like basic ones do the new ores as well. The gravel with an advanced brass mesh does the stone variants of ores, and then I've also added one for flint blocks that will do deep slate variants of ores, and they have like a slightly different chance. I don't remember what it was before and what it is now, but yeah. So I wasn't really a fan of getting the crushed raw stuff, so now I'm just giving raw stuff or nuggets or the ores. And then we have this system that was upstairs that just all it does is mine the limestone / these other ones. One other thing that I have added, I know, I've been doing a lot with just behind the scenes mod pack stuff. What I want to get into soon is I want to start making the quests. But another thing that I've added is the ability to make these farmlands. Ordinarily, if I had something like mystical agriculture, it would add that recipe, but we don't have that, so I made the recipe myself. I wish I could get mystical agriculture, but there's this dumb thing where it tries to use everything that's marked as a hoe. It's like all of these, right? But then it also does like anything that has hoe in the name, pretty much. Not exactly, but kind of. And it tries to use this Gilded Rose hoe from Dreams and Desires. For some reason, if you use this in recipes, it just crashes the game on startup. I don't know why. It's so dumb. Ta-da! It's as if I was never here, but this will slowly accumulate tea leaves for matcha and cooking, things like that, which is really nice. I'll tell you what, though, I do want sugarcane here. Let's keep making these copper botany pots. Let's make 2 more. There's been so much going on in between episodes. I really want to keep you guys all up to date on everything, but if I miss something, I truly apologize. For one thing, I have set up this temporary system for making currency. So, like I said, the best way to get spurs initially is by grinding down copper nuggets, these bad boys, into copper shavings. So you scrape them using a knife into copper shavings, and then those, in my system here, they're filtered right there, and then those go into a stamper, which will turn them into spurs. So they'll end up in this barrel down here. This also lets me put items into this barrel, and they'll just automatically filter through, so I don't have to sit here and like babysit iron. I can stick like 2 or 3 stacks in, and then they'll, you know, stamp down. This thing has a pickup upgrade, and it's just filtered to nothing. So anything that drops off of this funnel is just going to get picked up by that. It's sort of similar to what I had planned here, but if I put a funnel here, I can't actually access the blaze burner down here, so this would not have worked. Okay, so these are going to be my foods for a little while. Let's go ahead and put this stuff away. Beep, beep, boop. All right, I hope you enjoyed the cooking segment, as well as a little miniature explanation and exploration of the world. We are going to go ahead and pivot now to decorating the interior of the bedroom, I think. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing here. But I think that's kind of the next step. So if you'll give me a moment, I'm kind of gonna feel out the vibe and see what we can do with that upper room. So I'll BRB. Hello, sir. I'm back with my emeralds. I want one of these. Mostly because I like this biome and maybe we'll be able to build something there. I don't really know what though. Dude, sand. What is sand currently being used for? Not for soul sand. I'm having to monitor this because it's been broken. Over here, kind of in the direction that I'm facing right now, I think that's probably going to be spruce trees. Even this could be spruce trees. Let's take us real close down there. Ooh, pumpkins. That's interesting. That's a remnant, by the way, that Poke Center. That's from when we had Pokemon installed. We're going to shut the engine off here and start taking her down to land. Nice soft landing. How about that? Are we doing on fuel? We're doing excellent on fuel. Okay. Let's go get ourselves a spruce tree. Oh, it's so nice. Let's go. We got 2 saplings. Oh, ooh, oh, is that source berries? Yeah. Okay, we'll bring some of those back. Big butterfly. Can we repair this? Am I gonna have to make a new one every time? Ta-da! And we are parked with plenty of fuel to go. Need a repair? No, it doesn't even need a repair. Let's go ahead and turn this a little bit. Just, there we go. We'll make a hanger for that at some point. And this is what I came up with. It is actually the next day since I recorded that last segment, but I'm just kind of running out of time to record and edit the rest of this video, so I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what I've done in the bedroom, and I think we'll call it an episode after that. So I have added I believe this is mint colored. You can see here, it's a mint bed. So we have a mint bed, we have a drawer on the side, we have a bookcase over here. I'm gonna add, I don't have any candles left, but I'm gonna add some teal candles right there to match the bed and get a little bit of light in this little nook. And then we have a couple of drawers underneath this wardrobe, and you can see that it does have a back to it. If we went outside and looked at the other side of this, you could see that there is another side to it. I'm using copycat half slabs that are vertical, and I'm just putting half outside as the stacked concrete, and then this half is the smooth wide planks or whatever they're called. So it looks like it's all wooden, but it's not. That's the comment of the day, by the way. And then up here we have a couple of cabinets. So all of this is going to be like storage for my clothing. It means that if I make, I'm planning on adding a couple of armor stands right here. I'm gonna make a stand so that I can put like my gold boots on and stuff like that. And then I'll put like extra tools and stuff up here, I guess, probably. Maybe a backup kit for if I die. I don't remember what color this bed is, but you know, there's a bed up here, there's a candle that matches, and then they also have storage down here. It's a little bit more of a cramped space, but you know, if I really had people visiting the server, I would claim up here. You know, I would just, this would be me, and somebody else could take this lower section. This is just done with like some little copycat strips, and then yeah, I'm really happy with how this all came out. 2 big windows, you know, you can see our world. Yeah, and over there is where the electron tube is. We used to come up here to look at the andesite monolith, the clay sculpture, and now we're probably going to clear a path heading this way so that we can see the brass machine. I haven't really done much since the last clip. I did upgrade my backpack, and this backpack too. I now have a mint. I'm really liking these mint colors. I have a mint backpack here. That's my diamond one. It's just on my back, and then I also have the previously what was on my back. This backpack I upgraded to diamond, and I put all my create stuff in here, and it means that we can store a lot more stuff in here, in both of these actually. So some of this does need to be emptied out or rearranged and things like that. And then I don't have any upgrades here. I figure I can keep extra upgrades down here in these 5 or 6 slots, and then I can keep some up here in the actual slots, and I'll be able to do like crafting and stuff from in here. So that'll be really nice. Now it's time for the comment of the day. The commenter today is Tuck Sams. This is a friend of mine. We play on a Minecraft server together. I've been struggling to motivate to get myself on there just because I've been having a lot of fun in this world. I feel like I've cleared up a lot of the issues that I was having in the previous weeks with this world. And now I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm popping off. But I need to get back on the server. It's just something I have to do. Yeah, it's been a real struggle with Tinsora colonies, if anyone watched that video. Tuck Sams says, I ain't ever see you in the nether before, boy. This is in reference to the last episode where I went to the nether to get, I believe it was another blaze rod, or maybe I needed blaze powder. I don't really remember, but yeah, last episode I did do that. It went well. I don't think I died or anything. I do have to say, I don't like going to the nether. It doesn't matter if it's on mod pack or in vanilla. Even with like the way that the nether got updated in recent updates of Minecraft, it is like way too brutal. It's just so hard to get in there and do anything that's, you know, worthwhile, important, anything like that. So I struggle really to go in and like stay there. I know that there's a lot of stuff that I probably do need in the nether, but I don't want to go in there. I just don't want to. Oh, and the reason we did the comment of the day up there instead of down here in the kitchen is a great question. Why didn't I do it in the kitchen? Okay, so I have just moved the comment of the day down here into the kitchen since we did most of the work this episode in the kitchen. Yeah, I don't really know why I did that in the bedroom. So yeah, thank you for being a longtime viewer and commenter, Becky. And if anyone wants to have their questions answered, that sort of thing, I'm not planning on doing another Q&A anytime soon, but if anyone wants to just get featured in an episode, feel free to leave comments on the most recent video. Whenever I'm making the next video of the week, that's when I do these comments of the day. So next week we'll be doing the comments from this video. If anyone's interested in hearing my thoughts on anything, if you want answers, if you have questions, if you want to see anything that has changed with my own pack. Oh, one other very big thing that I am excited for, and that everyone else might be too, is I've added a lot of the creative recipes. So like there's a whole bunch of creative items added by the mods that aren't normally acquirable, and then there's also things like infinity upgrades and things like that. There's a whole bunch of new recipes now. So if you wanted to create this creative cage upgrade, it's possible in the mod pack now. If I click on it, this is the recipe. You might be wondering, what are these ingots and nuggets and dusts? These are custom to my mod pack. These are added by Cube.js. I changed the namespace to Forever Adventure just because that's the name of the mod pack through this very complicated recipe sequence. And you might have to do this multiple times because it's a 2% chance. It says random salvage. This random salvage, you just get back a netherite ingot. You might have to do this 64 times. You might only have to do this once. You might have to do this more than 64 times. The goal is to make it about a stack of each of these items to get one of these. And then these are going to be used for the creative recipes. Yeah, I mean, all of the recipes are pretty self-explanatory, and if they're not, they're all available in JEI, so you can look at them. And I don't expect you to know to progress towards that. So I've actually started working on the quest book. This is the 0th chapter, I'm calling it. It's just literally getting started and getting to a point where you're generating ingots. Kind of about this system right here. It kind of leads you up to the point where you're getting the nugget version of these. So this will give you kind of like a beginner tier, nice tool to use. And then after that, it's just about collecting materials. I haven't done any of the descriptions yet, but it leads you to getting andesite alloy. You need about 32 andesite alloy to get to this point, so I figured, you know, might as well just require that. And then after that, it's about entering the nether, getting brass, getting started on brass age stuff. Maybe sequence assembly will be in there, and then chapter 2 is probably going to be where we get into things past brass, and then there might be a few more chapters I haven't really decided yet, and then you kind of get into endgame. I think that'll do it for this episode. I'm really happy with how the kitchen has turned out and the bedroom, and I know that we haven't really done any automation today, any kind of resource gathering or management, but yeah, I don't really know. I haven't decided yet. I know I need a steel mill. I need to make like a better source of electrum, I think, which is going to be gold and silver, and I might start looking into more mix-ins, more fluid mix-ins. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate all the new viewership, all of the comments I've been getting recently and in the future. I really appreciate all of you. I can't wait for the next one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.